Today we're going to go over how to find the volume. Down below, I have our success criteria. Our success criteria is that we're going to read the question. We're going to identify and use the volume formula. Volume equals width times height. We're going to circle the numbers. We're going to box in the math vocabulary. We're going to multiply the length, the width, and the height together. And we're going to make sure your volume answer is written in cubic units. So let's get started. Okay, our first picture here is a cube. And I notice that they all have the number 6. So I will, let me circle my numbers. That helps me identify my volume. So volume equals 6 times 6 times 6. So I'm going to write volume again. I know that 6 times 6 is 36. So I'm going to bring that I haven't used. But off the top of my head, I don't know what 36 times 6 is. So I am going to use my space right over here to solve it. So 36 times 6 times 6 is 36. Carry my 3. 6 times 3 is 18, 19, 20, 21. So my answer is 216. So my final answer is 216. My measurement is inches. And it's cubed. So there's my first answer using my success criteria. Our second problem here is a rectangular prism. And it also has a length, a width, and a height. So I'm going to use the formula volume equals length times width times height. Go ahead, I'm going to circle my numbers here. And I'm going to put my numbers in for the length, the width, and the height. So I have 3 times 5 times 3. So volume equals, let's see. I know that the formula is all multiplication, length times width times height. So I could go 3 times 5, answer, and then times it by 3. Or I could just go 3 times 3, and I think I'm going to do that. 3 times 3 is 9. Then I'm going to use this 5 I didn't use here. Put it down. It makes it a lot easier. And I know that 9 times 5 is 45. And it's in feet. And it's cubed. Okay, and for our last problem here. Let's see. Let me go check my success criteria. Make sure I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. I read the question. Find the volume of each prism. Let me move this up a little bit. Okay, let's see. I need to box in my math vocabulary. So good thing I went back to my success criteria. Volume and prism is a math word. So I need to make sure that I'm doing everything I need to do to make sure my answers are correct. All right, so that volume tells me I'm going to use the formula V equals length times width because there are 3 numbers here. I got 1/2 centimeters, 4 centimeters, and 3.5 centimeters. So the first problem and the second problem had whole numbers. So let me just input them in. Let's see. I can put 1/2 here times 4. How can I write 4 as a fraction? I know, I can put a 1 over it. That means the same thing. Then I got to get this 3.5. I remember learning that 3.5, if I change it to an improper fraction, becomes, 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7, and keep my denominator 7/2. So 7/2 is the same as 3.5. So I'm going to use that number down here. Okay, so now I can just multiply straight across. So let's see. 1 times 4 is 4, and 4 times 7 is 28. Okay, in the bottom 2 times 1 is 2, times 2 is 4. Okay, let's take a look at that. 28 fourths. If you know your multiplication or your division, I know that 28 divided by 4 is going to be 7. So volume equals 7 centimeters cubed. And so that is our lesson for today. So remember, please follow area. Read the question, identify and use the volume formula, circle your numbers, box your math vocabulary. You saw me go back so I could do that here, and multiply my length, my width, and my height together. And this last part is, yes, I did make sure it's written in cubic units. And that is all.